In this video, we are going to learn about types of volcanoes which are present on the earth. Before going to this, I want to explain shortly about the plate tectonics, which is proposed by Alfred Wegener. It is the modern version of continental drift theory. The main theme of this theory is dealing with the dynamics of Earth's outer shell, which is lithosphere. The revolution of Earth science by providing a uniform context for understanding mountain building processes, volcanoes, and earthquakes, as well as the evolution of Earth's surface and reconstructing its past continents. Million years ago, our seven continents are combined with each other with the name of Pangaea. Later, due to its lithosphere plates, it divided as two parts, which is Eurasia and Gondwana land. Later again it divided. The only plate which belongs to Gondwana land is Indian plate. It submerges with the Eurasian plate, which is led to the formation of Himalayas. And the fact, these plates are still moves around slowly each year, with just few millimeters. To understand in simple terms, in our childhood we used to float a paper in the water, and paper move depends on the flow of water direction. If we look, the paper is in the form of land, and the water which is formed in the molten magma, which is parallel to this. The movement of this place causes the changes on the surface of the earth. The earth movements are divided on the basics of forces which cause them. The forces which act in the interior of the earth is called endogenic force. Example, earthquake, volcanoes, and landslides. The force that work on the surface of the earth is called exogenic force. Example, river, wind, sea waves, and glaciers. Endogenic forces sometimes produce sudden movements, at other times produce slow movements. The sudden movements like earthquakes and volcanic eruptions cause mass destruction over the surface of the earth. Magma or molten rock is found beneath the ground surface due to various reasons. This molten rock ruptures the ground and pours out. Sometimes it cools down beneath the ground surface instead of pouring out. All these activities are called volcanic activities. Volcanic activities have been taking place since the times of immemorial or the formation of Earth. There are three types of volcanoes: active volcano, dormant volcano, and extinct volcano. The pouring out of the magma or molten rock through the ground surface is called as volcanic eruption. At the time of eruption, the magma, steam, fragments of rocks, dust, and gas substances are ejected with a great force from under the ground surface through a pipe-like passage. The opening of this pipe on the Earth's surface is known as vent, which forms a crater. The lava, which is thrown into the sky during the eruption, falls to the ground in the form of solid fragments. Dark clouds gather together in the sky and begins to heavy rainfall. The volcanic ash and dust mixes with the rainwater and gives to hot mud flows. Volcanic eruptions are classified into two types, depending on the manner of ejection. One is central eruption and second fissure eruption. Central eruption. This type of eruption is sometimes very explosive because lava, steam, gas, dust, smoke, and stone fragments are ejected from a narrow pipe from under the ground with greater intensity. This type of eruption gives rise to conical or dome-shaped hills. Some examples of the volcanic mountains are due to the central eruption are Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa and Fujiyama in Japan and the Vesuvius and Mount Etna in Italy. It is basically a poured acidic lava. Fissure eruption. A very long fissure cracks develop in the ground, and so the molten rock and rock fragments, steam, and gases will pour out slowly. These eruptions take place at very slow speed since this lava is more fluid and it spread over longer distance. This lava cools down on the ground over a period of time, increasing the thickness of the surface in that area. Basalt plateaus are formed due to these eruptions. Basalt plateaus are also found in Brazil in South America and Saudi Arabia in the West Asia and the Deccan Plateau of India, which is in Maharashtra and Gujarat. That is why we found that black soil, which is used to produce cotton. The opening of the exploded volcano is different types, and some of the types are crater and caldera. Crater. This is funnel or cup-shaped opening at the top of the volcanic cone. It gets filled up with rainwater, then it forms a crater lake. Example, Lonar Lake in Buldana districts of Maharashtra. Sometimes, many small craters are formed in the single crater. This takes place when the explosion was the less intensity than the pre-existing crater. These are known as nested craters. Example, the three small crater of mountain in Philippines. Caldera. This is a widened form of the crater which is formed due to depression of the crater or expansion of the volcanic mouth. Depending on their intensity and duration, volcanic eruption can create calderas as much as 100 kilometers wide. Mount Tase of Japan is an example of caldera. The Toba caldera on the Indonesia island of Sumatra is the newest resurgent caldera. As I said before, the types of volcanoes. Active volcano. These volcanoes constantly eject volcanic lavas, gases, ashes, and fragment materials. It is estimated that there are more than 500 active volcanoes in the world. Etna and Stromboli are the most significant examples of this category. Stromboli is known as the lighthouse of the Mediterranean. Other volcanoes of this category are Cotopaxi of Ecuador, world's highest active volcano, Mount Erebus of Antarctica, the only active volcano which is present on the Antarctic continent, and the active volcano of the India is, and it is the only active volcano in India, Barren Island, in the lands of Andaman and Nicobar. Dormant volcano. These volcanoes become quiet after eruption for some time, and there is no indication for further eruptions. But suddenly, they erupt very violently and cause enormous damage to human health and wealth. Important examples of this category are Vesuvius in Italy, Fujiyama in Japan, Krakato in Indonesia, and dormant volcanoes in Narco Island in Andaman Nicobar. It is now believed to be active after the tsunami of December 2004. There are only 7 volcanoes which are present in India, and there is the only one active volcano. Dead or extinct volcanoes. These are those volcanoes which have not erupted since thousands of years, and there is no indication of further eruption as well. And main examples of this category are Mount Kenya and Mount Kilimanjaro in eastern part of Africa, and Chimborazo in Ecuador, and Mount Popa in Myanmar, Damawan in Iran, and Kohil Sultan in Pakistan, and Aconcagua in Ants Mountains. Volcanoes are scattered across the planet. About 15,000 active volcanoes can be found across the world and countless on the ocean floor. Most volcanoes, whether on land or underwater, are located where tectonic plates meet. In fact, the Ring of Fire, a path that traces boundary between several tectonic plates around the Pacific Ocean, and it contains about 75% of the planet's volcanoes. I hope you found this video informative. Share your thoughts in the comment section, and make sure you like and subscribe to get more content videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.